Today is Tuesday, Parashat Tzav, and we're continuing with the order of the Seder, the step-by-step order that we do on the night of Pesach. Yesterday we learned about Kadesh, the Kiddush. The next step is Urchatz. Urchatz, we wash our hands and without a beracha. Typically when we wash our hands before a meal, before the motzi, we always say a beracha, but here this washing of the hands is in order to dip the karpas, the celery, into the water and salt, because every time that we dip a vegetable into the liquid such as water, we need to do netilat yadayim, but without beracha. What happens if a person, by mistake, said a beracha out of habit? We do netilat yadayim so many times throughout the week before we eat a meal that out of habit he could maybe say he said a beracha, so he said it after the fact. He should still wash his hands before the motzi, and not paying attention to his hands whether they stay clean or not. He should stay and say another beracha when he washes his hand for the motzi, for the netilat yadayim, another beracha. So he would have said twice on netilat yadayim, the first time on the karpas by mistake, and the second time he does it before the motzi, again with beracha. After the washing of the hands, the next step is karpas. We take celery to make sure that it doesn't have any insects or worms in it, and we dip it into the salty water. There are many reasons given to that. One of them is karpas, as Rashi brings, explaining what is the colorful coat, ketonet pasim, that Yaakov gave to his son Yosef. That's a karpas. He refers to it as it's mentioned in the Megillat Esther, karpas utchelet ve'argaman. So this karpas is reminding us of what happened between Yosef and his brothers, the jealousy and the lashon hara, and this is what started the whole succession of events, a chain of events that ended up with the Jewish people being slaves in Egypt and the exodus from Egypt, which is what we're celebrating on the night of Pesach. But before we start the Haggadah, before we start the whole story, we do this symbolic dipping of the karpas, which reminds us of Yosef's coat, and into the water and salt. Some say even it reminds us of how they took his coat and dipped it in the blood of the goat to bring it to the father and say, is this the coat of your son? And of course, the water and salt is reminding us also of the tears that the Jewish people had when they were slaves in Egypt. So, when we dip the karpas into the water and salt, after we wash our hands, we say beracha boreh peri ha'adama, and we have in mind to include also the maror, the letters that we will eat later. This beracha is said on the karpas, and we should eat less than kazait, less than 28 grams, in order not to have the obligation to say beracha achrona of boreh nefashot after eating the celery. So eat a small amount, and this eating of the karpas does not require us to lean to the left, like we lean on the left when we drink the cups, or when we eat the matzah, or the motzi matzah, motzi lechem min haaretz, v'al achilat matzah, or when we lean to the left to the afikomen. Here, eating the karpas, you do not need to lean to the left, but if you wanted to lean to the left, it's not forbidden, it's your choice. It's just not an obligation like the other aspects of the Seder, like if you didn't lean to the left when you drank the cup of wine, you need to drink another cup leaning to the left. But here the karpas, it's your choice whether you lean or do not lean. It could be where the master of the household is the one that says the beracha and has in mind where everybody to fulfill the obligation of bracha. He does it on their behalf, boreh peri adama. Or each person can do it individually. Either way is acceptable. The next step is yachatz, is breaking the middle matzah, and that will continue tomorrow. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.